Concentration there on Hosseini's face. Hamid, the goalkeeper, on the left-hand side, has been voted best goalkeeper of the Asian Cup. Hosseini best goalkeeper in the World Cup. So strength in depth in that position for Iran. For Paraguay, well, their players have not really played outside of their home country. None of them have played in Europe. The most prolific player here has been ROLON. This is in terms of shots on goal. They've not scored too many. They lost 3-0 against Senegal. Beat Ukraine 5-4. In terms of stats with shots on target, actual shots and possession, everything else, they're pretty weak.
And we will dance all together. All Paraguay fans.
2 referees today. They are from Poland and from France, hugely experienced. Lucas Ostrowski. You see that? There's a bank manager. Bit of action on the right-hand side. Owns a shop. Kind of a tobacconist and also a mortgage advisor. There's a nice little number of Paraguayan fans here. Sat in the same stand as the camera of the Iranian contingent. There on the far side. It's 4:30 here in Doha, and the contingent of fans will be made up of expats who of course have to work on a Monday. And then throw young fan there. Let's see who stays still for the entire time. Well, for convenience, he's known as Coach Guga. He's coached the UAE, he's coached Brazil. Now he switched his attention guiding Paraguay to the last World Cup. And of course guiding them in their home World Cup. Well thought of Iranian coach. Also played in the Iranian Premier League, 11-a-side, as well as the national team in beach soccer before making the switch to coaching. Iran will kick off. Sani, goalkeeper saves. Rather unorthodox manner, almost volleyball-like. So not happy with the kick-off, the officials. Well, I think the actual clock isn't working. Someone forgot to buy the batteries. There we go. Reset. They've called IT. IT are looking at the clock. IT are now looking at other people. Fixed grin on the face. I think I know the feeling. Smile, it'll all be all right. We've got a thumbs up. She doesn't look too flustered about it. Maybe she'd be better off operating it, to be fair. There we go. Take 2. We'll edit that bit out later. Don't worry. Free kick to Iran. Well, that was the lightest of touches, wasn't it? When you watch these things in slow motion, you're quite amazed sometimes how the referees are fooled, but in slow motion it's so much easier. Assuming most valuable player in the Iranian league, he will step up and take this free kick. He's run out of space really to get the full power on it. Let's see what he's got. Well, he's a rugby player, he had plenty. But ROLON, quite happy with that. Someone's just sail over the bar. Well, that's a shirt. The fellow can't get the end of it. So slightly disjointed at the start of this match. It's a lovely little flick. Good save by Hamid. Well, it was the eyes that were given. But one way before the pass, then played the pass the opposite direction. And Benitez, oldest player on the pitch for Paraguay, was in. Well, that's exactly the right idea. Try and get the ball wide on the diagonal and play it across the box, but there's too many red shirts back. Benitez down the blind alley, so possession back with Hamid in the Iranian goal. Space there for the overhead. It's a very good block in the air by the captain. There's a man down, head injury, so get the ball out. That's not too bad. We do have possession. There's the overhead kick. It was blocked. In the meantime, it didn't go out to play, so possession was just continued. Nothing of any consequences happened. Bale. Saved by Hamid. You get the feeling, don't you, when there's two really good goalkeepers like Iran have, that one thing at the back of your mind when you're playing is that the fella on the bench here will have my place when I'm not completely on my toes. Oh, and that header. The cheekiest of finishes. Not sure if he exactly meant it, but he'll certainly claim it. MOKHTARI, third goal of the tournament. So clever, wasn't it? The goalkeeper, questions have got to be asked of him. MOKHTARI, everybody sensed the goalkeeper was coming off his line, but he was just aiming for the far post. Either way, a goal is a goal. Iran open the scoring. Iran 1, Paraguay 0. If nothing changes, then Iran qualify. Of course, it's beach soccer where we average 9 goals a game. Something will change. Hamid. Sumi back to Hamid. Adding to his name there, apologies. Hamid wide. Kani. And again. It's a good effort. Into corner. Rolon just tipped it over the bar. Speaking with his defence there, wondering why they allowed a shot. Yeah, slow to close down the Paraguayans. Industrial clearance. Benitez. Tiniest of touches from the goalkeeper. Hamid. I get the feeling they've ploughed up this pitch a little bit more today. It does look more of a beach soccer playing surface. It was very flat for the first couple of days. And it is a little bit deeper this time. We'll see more overhead kicks. We'll see more of what we're used to in beach soccer, which is volleys and the ball being played in the air. That's silly play and a silly finish, really. Should have done better there, Shear. Kind of acknowledges that with a shrug. Shear, one of 2 Iranian players on a yellow card. If they do get carded again, they will miss the semi-final. That could well be a card now. Abdullah. Seems to have got away with it. Paraguay have the free kick. Caballo. The man fouled. And it is the penalty. Well, the main difference between a penalty and a free kick in beach soccer, both are, of course, unopposed and direct, is that the goalkeeper must stay on his line for the penalty. Any free kick from a similar distance or just outside the box, the keeper can take a few steps forward and narrow the angle. Not the case here. That's the difference, that's the advantage. Caballo, straight run up, so he's not giving clues as to whether he's going left or right. Those casual hands on hips. The tension is only in the music right now. Caballo. Strikes it. Oh, confidently done. Bottom corner. Back on level terms, Paraguay. And that means the stats people here are getting out the abacus again and the slide rule and trying to work out what's going to go on. We have the game simultaneously going on featuring Senegal, who could qualify. The Ukraine, surprisingly, are blown out. They've done it within 2 games. You would expect them to be one of the favourites to go through here, but they are not. So the score is Iran 1, Paraguay 1. AKBARI, who's been sensational in this tournament, scored 3 goals so far. He's been defensively excellent. Excellent in attack. And his chance now. Just gives it wide. Looks for the corner straight away. Big shouts to the referees.
7:27 now.
Well, it was a corner. And it is given. And he's there at the far post. ROLON leads a sigh of relief. Play the ball out. Paraguay with a 3 at the back and 1 up front. Well, teams go 2 on 2. They're not being as adventurous as that just for now. Lopez. Shit, just can't get the gap for his shot. He's looking for that ball's width. Wasn't there. That was spectacular by AKBARI. Sadly, it didn't involve the ball.
6:33.
Well, positionally, look, Paraguay 3 at the back, 1 up front. He's slightly cautious. This is their flag waving. Small ripple in the breeze. Escobar on the line. Shit. It's cheeky. Goalkeeper's underneath it though. ROLON, first time he's moved the ball to the edge of his box, not using his hands. Reasonably effective as well. Hamid mops up at the back. AKBARI to Hamid. Anything fancies a shot in, it's not available. No gap for him. Maybe 1 pass too many before he ran there. He needs to get some kind of shot away before you get into the final third of the pitch. It's got to be quick then, you cannot play slow. Almost like a dance beach soccer, it's the slow, slow, quick. And the keeper has to be quick off his line there. Lopez. Well, he's looking for the referee to save him. He's got away with that. He shouldn't have looked at the referee there. Ridiculous. Sue me. Got around the keeper, but played it into the side netting. Yeah, well, the rule is that you can't obstruct, infringe a player who's going for the overhead kick. But the ball was still up in the air and he was still stood. He wasn't in the process of doing the overhead kick, so it's not an infringement. Simple as that. You can't really look for it. Hamid.
Let's bring some energy now. You fans are the best energy.
Decent effort by the goalkeeper. So far, no goals from goalkeepers in this tournament, which is unusual, believe it or not. Goalkeepers have scored hat-tricks in games before now, at various points. Well, the pitch hasn't been conducive to them flicking it up quickly and playing the shot. So it's been fairly conservative play from all the goalkeepers. Members there of the Paraguayan entourage. There's, of course, women's team here and other athletes as well in the other sports. Sports as diverse as skateboarding, bouldering, you know what that is? Climbing, basically. Well, if you score this, it'll be a mountain to climb for Paraguay. Hamid with the shot. And a little bit of fade on, and the keeper wasn't too sure, pushes it wide. Well, it was going wide for the position I was sitting, but I don't blame the keeper for not taking a chance because the ball moved a lot in the air. Free kick goes the way of Paraguay. Fenerbahce referee, hugely experienced. Referees in the French 3rd division as well. the youngest fans here. Youngest athlete here, by the way, in skateboarding, 11 years of age. Beach soccer can't match that. A few 20-year-olds, Benitez in Paraguay's side being one of them. Antero, probably the most famous number in South American football, number 10. It's a nice position. There's the strike and the bounce. Well, he did exactly what you should in beach soccer from that distance. He tried to bounce it a few meters in front of the goalkeeper, but the divot took it wide rather than towards goal. Hamid. Hamid again thinks about the hands, sticks with the feet. His confidence is building there. He's happy with the pitch now. There's a big difference today. It was really flat in the middle the first 2 days. He worked on it, and it looks like a beach soccer pitch now. And scoops his shot wide. Drops his foot round it. He's never going to trouble the goalkeeper. Well, two coaches will be reasonably happy with what they've seen so far. Rolon back to his keeper. Rolon. The bounce. Is it a divot? Is it a player? Referee Lucas Otrowski says it's a player. Well, there's a little skin off the thigh at the end, but most of it was divots. Look at this now, WWE. They do have beach wrestling, but it's not supposed to be now. Cavallo, he's thinking about the overhead, in the end spins and his volley goes wide. Beach soccer is one of the sports here. Beach wrestling is another, believe it or not. Beach tennis, beach basketball, beach karate. Goes up nicely for Iran. They cover back in numbers, Paraguay. A little bit wide there, two defensive players, I feel. So, maybe a step or two closer together. Cover that goal. It's the balancing act between defending and watching out for the players who are wide. Defending the goal and watching out for those wider players. The tight defence there, Paraguay, and they're on the attack now. Rolon does really well and gives the ball away. Iran, chance to attack, but they'd rather slow it up far too much. Sumi sees the foul. He's off the back of a very good season in Iran, where he's voted the best player in the league, and that is some achievement, because in Iran it's the only league in the world where you play for 6-7 months of the year. They play like a football league, if you like a Premier League. In other parts of the world they play tournaments over 3 or 4 or 5 weekends, and that's it, that's their league. Different sort of style of beach soccer. Iran, the only permanent league in the world. Right now, World Cup host Paraguay have their free kick. Benitez. Much of anything, really. Hamid to the final minute. Hamid again. AKBARI. I think he should have had more time on the sand in this first period. He's been excellent throughout this tournament. AKBARI. There's the strike. Bounces off one of his teammates, so Paraguay can pick up possession. Rolon. Rolon again. Back to the other Rolon in goal. AKBARI trying to make things happen. That's 2 or 3 touches in a row he's had. Might deal with it eventually. Wow. Clearance wasn't out of place in Sunday League. Will they make it to the break without conceding? As world rankings go, Iran in the ascendancy. Well, that doesn't matter on this hand. Stats mean little, except for the scoreline.
So, I want you to know what we're talking about.
Messaging home with the score. Sun setting over Aspire Park. It's the famous sports complex here, which produces many an athlete. I'm sure you'll see at the World Cup. There's one of the other sports, kite surfing, which is here. So at the end of the first period, second period, it is Iran 1, Paraguay 1.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, stop. That was a good warm-up. Okay, enter it now. Show us some dance move. Left, 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 right. Come on, left. Hey, 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 come on. Oh, 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 come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ah. Hey, right, left, right. Okay, that's it. What do we do now? The flossing? Go? Okay, we're gonna floss together. Okay, ready, set, go. Oh, oh, okay, do it. Do what it's doing. Go, 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 come on. Go. Come on, Tiama. Bruno, give it up for Bruno. Bruno, 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 come on. Come on, hey, hey. Okay, almost step. All right, everybody down, everybody down. Come on now, everybody get down. Okay, hold the shoulders now. All right, we're gonna walk, go. Hey, 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 now, left, go. Come on, come on, come on, that's right. Okay, now, right side again, come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go, left, hey, 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 hey. All right, now, let's see Bruno dance. Bruno, come on, let's go. Bruno, 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 Bruno. All right, thank you, Paraguay, give it up. Hey, thank you. What? Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, catch up.
I don't think modern football happens unless somebody is flossing in the crowd when the camera goes on them. That box is ticked. We're okay. Now another box could be ticked here in terms of Senegal. They're 3-2 up in their game, which is on the pitch adjacent to this one. If it remained like this, then they will go through. But there is a lot of beach soccer to be played.
All right, what is the answer? We had fun. Yes,
Paraguay to kick off.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Along. It's not a bad effort. Hassan took it wide and a deflection as well, so they get the corner. Paraguay come out of the blocks firing. Two differences in the two team talks at the break. I was watching them. Iran was more about calmness. Well, I'm quite speechless after that. It was about calmness and about just continuing to play as they were. The coach wasn't too tactical in his instructions. In terms of Paraguay, Guga, he basically was telling the players 1,001 different tactics and moves he could make, and using a tactics board. He's seeing something in this Iranian team that he can exploit. Trying to get that message across as quickly as possible. We'll see which message worked the best as we get to the end of the third period. Ball called for, not given. Infringement had to be. You cannot touch the player as he goes for the overhead kick, and he's in process of the overhead kick. The catch in there was just outside the area. A little doubt when you see the replay. The last thing you want to do is concede a very central free kick against the player voted the best in the last World Cup, a player who plays for the likes of Spartak Moscow. Guga knows that. Not happy with his players really, rather than the decision by the officials. Card issued. No yellow cards at the moment. In previous matches, Paraguay, so they don't have to worry about any suspensions if they do make it to the semi. This is outside the area. Difference being the goalkeeper can step off his line here compared to a penalty, but in terms of distance, barely any difference at all. There's the strike, crashes against the bar. Did the goalkeeper get a touch? Either way, it's poor consolation of a corner for Iran. Shot again for the penalty, not given. Zatrowski, the referee, just looked completely nonplussed there. And he's right, 100% right. The magic of beach soccer is normally a bottle of water and a spray will cure everything. You watch this free kick again. Just leant back ever so slightly when he took it. And took it far too high. Officials in the crowd giving away his secrets there. If you can speak, read Farsi. Well, the injury does look, I'm not going to say serious, but it's a reasonable injury, so he's maybe twisted something as he's gone down. We're still delayed, and the physio is just looking at the player rather than doing anything, so a decision needs to be made to get him on and off. And we're getting a stretcher onto the sand, which is a very rare occurrence. And if he goes onto the stretcher, I have done a lot of beach soccer games, and only 3 times have I seen anybody stretch it off. His opponent. That's what's caused the damage. If it wasn't a foul, it obviously hurt. Well, this will be a blow for Iran. Lose their captain, arguably their best player. Her face says it all. Mohammadali's goal from earlier on. Bellows finish. And 2 goals there in it so far. So we're back in play. Fair delay there. So just a minute gone. Hamid. Strike. Goalkeeper unorthodox. Alvelar is in for this period. Alvelar's out, he needs to be careful. Well, he got away with that. Charging out when a player's running away from you is not ideal. Push the ball forward. Goalkeeper Hamid out really well. He seems to be getting a nod ahead of Hosseini in this tournament. Hosseini's played a period or two. Hamid seems to be number 1, despite being number 12. Villar needs to scramble across his goal. Ball forward, a very good ball. Speed drops out of the attack. Silly. Chance for Iran. Bitty is the best way to describe this game. Let's go back to the goalkeeper. Eventually it does. ROLON. I don't know if it's nerves or just these players not having a good game. Very little fluidity to the movement. Semi overhead. Oh, there's the finish just in front of goal. Most valuable player in the Iranian league. Has done enough to bring a mistake in the Paraguayan defence. Iran 2, Paraguay 1. No instant response from the Paraguayans. It was going towards goal, but I think it's going to be given as an own goal. No confirmation of the scorer as yet. Assuming the scorer, maybe. As it stands now, Iran will qualify. Villar. His distribution is a lot better than ROLON, who was in the first period. Does really put Iran on the back foot. Lopez will take the corner.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, time now is 30 minutes and 2, and it's oh, that was saved!
That's a decent clearance off the line. A goalkeeper mops up very nicely.
And heavily Mahdi, SHIRMOHAMMADI.
Back to the referee, we saw that. Mohammed is very good at taking crosses, holds on to the ball rather than pushing it away or punching it. It's real good quality to having a goalkeeper, especially when you're under pressure. ROLON. With the most shots in the Paraguayan team so far. Moves the ball away. Well, that was a very late decision, but it is a penalty. Thought about it 2 or 3 seconds there, Lucas Otrowski, the Polish referee. Well, put his hands on him, granted. Whether it was enough, and the position referee was in the opposite side. So he had body between him and seeing the actual touch to obstruct his view, if you like, from behind him. So Benitez. player on the pitch for Paraguay. 20 years of age, can he take the pressure? Iranian fans blowing hooters to try and put him off. There's the finish. Well, there was little or no doubt when he stepped up and cracked that one home. That silenced the hooters. And the Paraguay fans in the stadium here on their feet, waving their flags. Every time Iran threatened to move away with it, Paraguay come back. And it's a matching celebration. Iran 2, Paraguay 2. AKBARI slammed back as he volleyed it, so the ball goes over the bar. Kick to Arcatero and sees the foul. Sheer happy man, didn't really appeal for it. The referee was right on top of it. He looks as puzzled as I am. So this is the way to tell if a player's nervous, is how much time do they spend preparing to take this free kick. They're smoothing the sand down in front of the ball, behind the ball. It's a sign of a little bit more nervous. Bashir, he's got to cross the tape as well, which will stutter his run ever so slightly. Let's take the fluidity out of it. Will it make a difference? No, it won't. Bashir with the finish. Well, his meticulous preparation was the right one. Straight across the goalkeeper, bottom corner. Just picks out that piece of side netting there that all good players should aim for. And Iran lead again. Now that's a shirt. Just wondering how he got that drum here on the bus. So Iran 3, Paraguay 2. They've only ever led by 1 goal in this game, Iran. So Paraguay chasing. Place on the beach volleyball, caught that type of save. Hamid taking no chances. Tez. Bari away. Mentioned before, he's good defensively as well as attack. Good tools there. Tez again. Conceded. If you're going to concede a foul, it's not a bad position to do it in. Escobar with the yellow card. The first 2 yellows of the tournament have come for Paraguay in this game. Well, you should ever get to a 2-footed tackle in beach soccer.
All right, also all the fans from that section, how you guys doing?
A little bit naughty, as they say.
That's right.
Shot
All right,
volleyball skill from Hamid.
And we're still live here at the Tanner Beach. Let's see what happens now.
The goalkeeper's far enough a line there to deal with it, which is ideal technique because you don't want the ball to bounce in front of you. Don't allow that to happen. Just mean around have a corner.
Don't forget, after this match, we're going to have one is big soccer between Spain and Brazil. And at 7:30, it's Italy versus Spain for defense. And at 9 o'clock, we have Brazil and Switzerland. And let's get on
Should build up. Near the back now, on to 2 and 2. Paraguay. It's the 1-2-1. 3 players forward. Tez. Not getting to sit right for the overhead kick. Tries the shot from the angle. It's not a bad effort. They get a second prize, which is a corner. It's across to the far post. Not conceded. It's rather like wrestling sometimes. Corners come in. As an example. It always looks more dramatic when it's slow motion. These players are trying to win free kicks. The word win is the most important because they consider it part of the game to win a free kick rather than just concede a foul. You see it as a tactic. It's proved effective for Iran. Mokhhtari.
We're going to see a couple of fans from Brazil. Solid supporters as usual. On here.
Well, he just leaps it away. It's not a bad effort because it was a pretty nothing throw. Lopez did well to get that almost on target. A very, very tight angle. Well, this period is lasting a long time due to the injury he had at the start of it. Masumi, one of their main players, one of their big names in the team. He's done well. Goalkeeper's out really well. Handball like Hamid as he spread himself. Well, he's got a variety of techniques, the Iranian goalkeeper. Some of them look a bit strange, but they work. In the meantime, we've got a penalty. AKBARI disgusted. He's come through the back of ROLON. Sort of shrugging my shoulders here. Not entirely convinced that was worth the penalty. As the biggest cliche goes, it is what it is. So ROLON will take the penalty. Hamid looks skywards for some inspiration. Well, this is unusual. He's not really built up a mound of sand to put the ball on. He's just laid it fairly flat. Will that make any difference? ROLON. Certainly not. Again, he finds the side netting. Perfect penalty. Sends the keeper the wrong way. And every time Iran threatens to step away in this game, somebody from Paraguay steps up, normally from the penalty spot, and finds the equaliser. Iran 3, Paraguay 3. The overriding emotion in this game is tension rather than anything else. Not excitement, not intrigue. Tension, they know what is going on behind them. Around about 50 meters away. And the second pitch is just as important as what is happening here. Especially if you're Paraguay. Ballo sets himself up. Not quite happy with what he's done, so sandcastle number 2 will be built. Finally he's happy. And the technique now is from that distance, try and bounce it, I would say, in front of the goalkeeper. So use the divot to your advantage. Ballo has the strike and the bounce. It's a decent save. 2 bounces, which rather took the pace out of the ball. Ideally, you just want the 1. So he loses out. Paraguay chance to attack again. Playing with a little bit more confidence now. That was a foul on the goalkeeper as he squashed his arm as he was going for the ball. Guga. Been there and done it in terms of beach soccer. He's coached club sides in Portugal, UAE national team, been involved with the Brazilian national team. Before finally moving on to Paraguay, which is the kind of ideal place for the Brazilian coach, right next door to the home country.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's going out on 3 kilometers and here's 3 and 29 seconds.
Nice view of the park here, it stretches for a kilometre or so. Many different sports being contested here. It's a dink of a ball forward. I did hear once describe the dink of the ball being the worst kind of ball you could possibly play in any type of football. And that proves it. It's not a bad effort. He could have done slightly better. Finish, but now getting a few attacks away now, Paraguay. More coherence to their play. Just seen that. It is missing. I think this has been borne out by the statistics so far, as they've had one of the lowest numbers of shots on target out of any team. They beat the Ukraine 5-4, but surprisingly not getting many shots away. They did get away, they scored, as they have done today, but maybe for the penalty spot. Good block. Just need somebody. Shear was nearly the man there, just to change the pace of this a little bit. We need to go from that slow movement at the back to quick. Some variety in there. The goalkeeper from different positions. Benitez now. It's the overhead. Piece of save from Hamid. Holds on to it as well. Well, the one thing about this game being delayed is I'm sure a message will get to them from the other pitch as to exactly what they have to do when we get to the 3rd and final period. I imagine they're going to be about 5 minutes ahead on the adjacent pitch where Senegal play Ukraine. And Senegal having plenty to play for, Ukraine nothing. Both teams here have a chance. None of the ones who have it in their own hands at the moment. On the attack, it's looking more like Paraguay. They just need more accuracy in front of goal. Ballo there. Just couldn't find position under the bar, rather over the bar. Bari, it's a good block. It's a good overhead kick as well. Looks for the foul, not given. Shot was early, just wide. Goalkeeper was scrambling. Well, he had for a second there. 2 against 1. Iran maybe could have taken the ball on a little bit. Easy for Hamid. Into the final 20 seconds. Benitez thinks about the shot and spins backwards. Dina again. Benitez out of play. Realistically, you need to be going towards the ball there, rather than away from it. And keep it in. Enough of my coaching, time for the coaches to do their bit. It is super tight in this game. So much at stake, a place in the semi-final. It could be Iran, it could be Paraguay, or it could be Senegal on the next pitch. It will all be decided in the next 12 minutes. At the break, Iran 3, Paraguay 3.
Green for you, okay? Look, ball, ball. Which side of the pitch?
Carlos mày lao vào ta. Carlos. Hả? Bố tên cái là gì?
Good luck.
So beach soccer, unique in that we play 3 periods, so it means we get a toss of the coin to decide the final kickoff. That toss of the coin could be the most important decision here as we head towards the semi-finals. As it stands, Senegal are leading 6-4 against Ukraine, so let's assume they win that game. They will then have 6 points. For Iran, if they win this game, they will then have 7 points. If they win it in extra time, because it's a draw at the moment, remember that, then they will go through because they beat Senegal on penalties in the head-to-head, which is the first way we decide when teams are level on points. Slightly complex. Paraguay are not out of it either. They win this, they need Senegal to lose, and they would go through. Ukraine may have a say in the semi-finals yet, even though they've lost their first 2 games. So the advantage from the kickoff, not really in evidence. AKBARI, back to Hamid, who remains in goal. Definitely decided who their number 1 is, haven't they, Iran? HOSSEINI is on the bench. He was the star of the last World Cup, one of the most valuable goalkeeper there. Scored the best goal of the last World Cup, would you believe, in a public vote. And now, he's sat on a plastic chair on the side. Cougar. Well, he knows you can give them as many tactical talks as you like and warm them up in a certain way and do many, many things, but it's all down to these players in the next 12 minutes. AKBARI. He's fouled. And you see the free kick in a dangerous area. Caballo, he scored today. Definitely fancy his chances from there. has come to the centre for obstruction, I would say, rather than being an out-and-out foul. Shielded the ball a little bit too much, and Carvalho is in a better position. I mean, better if they'd given the foul in an Iranian perspective. Carvalho scores from penalty spot, a bit further out. This is nice and central. There's the strike. Decent save by Hamid, though it was straight at him. For Paraguay, the goalkeeper does well. He holds on to it, which is key, because they can build from the back. I'm quite surprised they didn't play him in the first period. He's a lot better with his feet. With ROLON. No disrespect intended.
Okay, we
There's a shot for the second period. Just to prove the point. Thank you, Director.
Saying hello once again to all the super fans in the building. Paraguay, how you doing?
Bari.
And fans of Iran.
Percentage-wise, definitely has most of the ball for Iran. Pivotal for them. Very upbeat soccer-like player as well. Obviously very, very tall.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Oh, that was the old up and under.
Why is this serious?
And they could do little else but save that, I think. Just the power that needs it bounced away from him. Dramatic. Shit. For the overhead. Nice shot. Skims wide of the post. He should have done better than that. That's the overhead, doesn't work. Gets onto his feet quickly, which is good. Well, the music's low tempo here, and the intensity of this game is very low tempo. There's not many players willing to take a risk. Proved there by Hamid. He's not going to have a shot from that distance. He's not going to throw it in there.
Okay, all the fans.
The kicks coming in from the halfway line.
Okay, here we go.
Again, the likes usually don't trouble the keeper too much. Medina, music's back. Let's pick the tempo up. Fix it up. Right. Oh, it's a good shot, a good save. It's super strong hand. It's a great volley as well. Does make it through to Shin. Iranian fans dotted around, as you would expect. Huge expat population across the Middle East, the Iranians. I'm sure you could swim into Iran from here. Don't try it, but I'm sure you could. Pull them enough anyway. The goalkeeper does very well. Oh, they said he was catching it all the time, and he does a silly punch like that. Need a bit of calmness in the goalkeeper in these situations. And again, it's the man in yellow. Mohammadali, they have to thank. Mokhhtari wondering what he has to do.
Or Spanish-speaking fans, which we have a lot. And how about Brazilian fans?
You may hear some shouts and screams there. It's not someone in pain, don't worry. That will be goals going in on the adjacent pitch between Senegal and Ukraine. As soon as you count on that one, it matters here. Tari. Big shouts. The decision goes their way.
Saying hello also to the Football Federation
He's not going to change his mind. He's a very fair referee and a very good referee. Refereed in World Cups and alike, one of the best referees in the sport. Score on the adjacent pitch. Still Senegal in the ascendancy. They're winning 7-5 against Ukraine. So as that stands, well, this will go to extra time. With only 2 points. Iran could have 6 points alongside Senegal to do 1 in extra time. Senegal will go out and they'll go through due to the head-to-head, which was a penalty shootout win for Iran. Sorry.
Okay, here we go.
Most valuable player at the Asian Cup 2017, and he become very valuable to Iran right now. He can't. It's a combination of diving goalkeepers, keeps the ball out. Well, the announcer pretty excited there. It wasn't a bad header either. It wasn't a bad chance for Paraguay.
Okay, here we go now. Time 6:20, and we're still tied, all 3.
Opens away. It's a chance now, easily done. Well, in the end, easily done by Hamid. He rather waited for that before catching it rather than get this momentum forward through the ball. Really cost him. Easy for Iran to deal with. Bump up. Outside, poor touch.
First showing one last night for Senegal, or better contact. That finished the game by a penalty.
Voila. The confidence wasn't there for that shot when you watch it. Side thought, wasn't it? Maybe striking through the ball would have been better. And that is not a confident play either. All the way back to your goalkeeper from there. And it's confident strike! Hamid with what could be an absolutely vital goal for Iran. Well, the outfield players haven't been able to do it. But the goalkeeper is certainly showing them what to do. Brilliant finish. It had the loop on it, it had power, it had curl. And it found the top corner. Is that the goal? Is that the difference? 5 minutes, 12 seconds will tell us. Iran 4, Paraguay 3. Paraguay straight away on the attack. Chance for Iran to stretch their lead, surely, and they have. The first time they've been 2 goals ahead. Under the lights, they finally got a bit of daylight between themselves and an opposition. Is that the goal that pushes them towards the semi-final? Happy fans. AKBARI again, he's been so influential in this tournament. He was just gaping the goal there. Assume he was not going to miss. AKBARI is the man. Those long limbs. He could reach around, but he's falling backwards to play the ball forwards. That's almost like when you're a kid. You get an open goal, you smash it into the back of the net. Look at that. Joy on his face. Well, on the adjacent pitch, it's finished. Senegal 7, Ukraine 5, so Senegal, they have 6 points. Iran, if they win this game, will have 7. And will qualify for the semi-finals. The goalkeeper just off camera here has a face full of sand to deal with. 2 physios are dealing with it as we speak. That's why we've got the delay. I think the one thing that I've noticed, and I'm sure you've noticed about Paraguay, is they don't have too much quality in front of goal. The majority of their scoring tonight coming from the penalty spot. It doesn't bode well for them to claw this deficit back. We'll see. Nice ratio of shots as well on target. And tonight, that is an unbelievable save from Hamid. To get that much spring, to get across your goal that quickly on sand, it's fantastic. It's a goalkeeper, that man is. Let's see why he's been number 1 and remaining goal for the majority of this tournament. Just pace getting across the goal and then the push. I tell you what, the most difficult technique there, as a former goalkeeper, I'll blind you with some technical knowledge here, is to keep your hands in front of you. Normally when you're diving backwards like that, put your hands behind you and it ends up in the back of the net, even though you get your hands to it. There, he kept them in front, pushed it away, and he ended up in the back of the goal. Excellent goalkeeper. Two things missing so far from Paraguay are ideas and execution. Sorry, with a needless yellow card there. There will be wiped yellow cards once they get to the semi-final, and there's nobody on more than 1 yellow card from this game. The Iranian team, though Shear is on a yellow from the previous match. He needs to be careful. Get 2 yellows for the next game. ABDOLLAHI as well is on a yellow card, so he needs also to be careful. For the coach now, he's got 3 minutes 29 left. Does he keep those type of players off the pitch? And your strongest players playing the entire time. It's the balancing act. Ali, youngest Iranian player, he certainly wants to come off. You can still feel his ears ringing there. If it was a cartoon, he'd have Tweety birds flying around his head at the moment. Hadi ordering his teammates around and leading by example. Not been too many of those from Paraguay. Benitez scored 3 so far in this tournament. They're not flying back of the net with that. Qatari go back. A bit more panic about the play now from Paraguay. Rolon. Well, that was the ideal beach soccer move where you play it out to the far touchline, someone plays it across the box, but you need somebody around at the far post, and everybody was just looking at each other in the blue shirts. Very nice forwards. Guess who? Bari. The old up and under. MOKHTARI, never really going to get it on target from there. Scored a very good goal in the first period with a header. Perfectly placed header. And they're looking tired now. Ballo. Well, Hamid does well because it wasn't a good pass to him. AKBARI. With that obstruction on the overhead, not given. The time wasted is more important now. ROLON. ROLON. Well, this Iranian team won't be going to the World Cup. So it'll be nice for them to beat the hosts, and this will be their consolation. Quality now in Asian League soccer. Oh, there is the finish. Well, it's game on. Well, I said he looked tired. But he found a bit of strength from somewhere, Cabello. They're rather determined to make hard work of this. AKBARI can't get close. There's two players with their momentum towards the ball. We need to take a step back a touch, or one of them push towards it, one away. Can't bother that space. Sent it through 3 red shirts. To round 5. Paraguay 4. I feel almost like I should speak in hushed tones now, due to nervous tension. I've even turned off the music. Ballo. Well, that could be a crucial decision. Was that a wing? Ballo very unhappy with that, but doesn't say too much. I would say he could have said a little bit more, maybe.
Time left, we got 38 seconds.
So just under a minute left. I have commentated on games before there's been 3 goals scored in the final minute. So that will happen now. They need some space between them and an opponent's Iran. Need a bit of breathing space with seconds remaining. Is this the moment? With a save. Keeper, exactly what you want from your goalkeeper. Leapt like a salmon, has picked it out of the air. Take the pressure off your defence. Things down. Just a few seconds. Ballo, and he can score, as he's just proved. He do it again. Good block. All the noise is coming from the Iranian fans.
20 seconds.
They're confident. There's a strike. Bounced off the bar, wasn't over the line.
10 seconds.
There's the overhead. There's the second overhead. It's over the bar. Ballo.
And 3 seconds left here in the game.
So we watch that shot just ricochet down off the bar. Paraguay, luckily he didn't bounce over the line. For Iran, seconds left, it should mean little now. The old looping ball forward, that should be it, and that is it. And Iran have qualified for the semi-final. It's been nervous. It's been a victory